Alrighty, everyone, how's it going this lovely evening? Get a mic check. Mic check here, real quick. Everyone, how's it going this lovely evening? Alright. How's everybody doing today? We're going to get started with the weekly candle close on BTC here. We got that coming at us in 15 minutes. It is a bullish engulfing, which is good. Good stuff. What up, Vinny? All right, so the weekly candle close here, it's you know, we haven't really come down to any actual key areas yet. You know, this whole 73 to 68K area still going largely untested here. We're going to go from this wick to right in this area here. That candle touch there and there and there. But yeah, this whole 73 to 67, 68K area, it still hasn't been retested yet. We do have some divergence going on the weekly HSI and RSI, so that is a good sign. We technically only need one more green weekly candle to get our oversold dot. You know, last time we had one of those was down here, and you can see the run that we had from 53K to over 100K. But also, you can get these scenarios where these dot prints and it ended up going back down for some sort of retest. So yeah, right now we're still just mainly waiting. There was a bounce to play. You know, everybody was notified that we were buying this this double bottom here, and we held on to our trade. Yesterday in the Discord, I told everybody that I sold, and it just so happens that was right there. And currently we're just falling out of this bearish pennant after coming out of this bear flag, retesting that, getting follow through, and now once again we're falling out of a bear flag. Just so happens that that was a perfect 786 retrace of this last fall as well. Not looking too great for Bitcoin at the moment. Hopefully we don't surpass 74,500 again this week. If we do, you're most likely getting that 67K. You know, the bottom is another 11% down at this point. We need to wait for lower numbers yet. Oh, that's awesome. My trading view just stopped working. Reload that. The other thing is too, BTC dominance is just still on the rise here. We're going to go back down to the 4-hour here. The 4-hour is consolidating in this channel. We do have a little bit of divergence on the HSI and RSI. Might get a T1 move out of this at 62% on the top of this chart. However, Your RSI and your HSI are still above 50 at this point, so it may fail and just keep going higher like BTC dominance likes to do. The weekly, you know, it's overheated, but it doesn't show any signs of being at a reversal yet. You know, it could take a couple more weeks. Let's get some requests rolling in the chat. I want to see what you guys want to look at. We'll take a peek at ETH while we're waiting. A lot of volume as of recently, but the weekly still needs some time to turn around. We're just now getting our oversold confirmation dot. We need some candle reactions on here to figure out if we're actually going to reverse here or not. Your RSI is still very much in the bearish control territory, and you're coming off of a double top situation. Honestly, you're kind of looking for, if you don't hold this 1500 area right now, you're heading towards $1,100 pretty quickly. You don't want to see that. Do total on the weekly, another one just holding on for dear life. We need one more green weekly candle close until we get our dot here. Got a double bottom on the HSI and the RSI, so that's pretty neat. Not really much to report. We need some follow through here. S&P 500 had a pretty miraculous recovery. You know, that weekly candle, we went up 13%. Could be the beginnings of a reversal, but we really want to see some more follow through. Preferably, we want some sort of bottoming structure at an area of value. Give me something at, you know, 4,800 to 4,600, somewhere in this area right here, and retest this area and give us something to actually get a comfortable trade off of. We're just not there yet. NVIDIA, same sort of thing. You're just way up here still, way up here after an insane run. You can't call it a true reversal just at the first sign of anything, you know. It'd be crazy. It'd be crazy if we just held here and ran more. That'd be nuts. Kind of looking for a retest, maybe closer to 75. And if that fails, then you're heading down to 48. AMD, same sort of thing. You know, just at this point, just give me target 2 on the shark at 65, and that 65 will reset this bat pattern if we wick down to 61, and then it'll form a beautiful structure for a new trade setup, and everybody will be happy. Right now, there's just really not a ton to report. Yeah, we had a green week, but we need more. We need a lot more of those to actually figure out if we're reversing or not. Take a look at Solana. See, Solana, this is what you like to see. This is different than the other ones we were just looking at. This deep crab pattern has been fulfilled all the way at target 2. You're not in the bearish control zone for RSI, and you have a double bottom on each of these indicators with a lot of volume, and you're bullish engulfing at a PRZ. So Solana here is getting ready. You know, we might see some more chop here first and then the move happens, but Solana is getting ready. If you can manage to get it closer to target 2 at 106 again, that's what I'm going to be looking for. A lot of these assets, I mean, you know, you play the bounce, you make some money, you get out of there. That's ultimately the name of the game, is to make money, right? You don't want to be holding assets that are going down in value, unless you're short, I guess. But stop losses are important. Taking profit is even more important. Because if you don't take profits, how are you supposed to make any money? TRX is an interesting one. What we were pointing at something not too long ago. I think we were pointing at this PRZ last week and how it's been holding, but if we can manage to get above and hold 25 cents on the daily without falling back through it, there's potentially some good upside on this before it heads back down. You know, you might have a 63% to 70% upside move, some sort of crazy double top scenario before it really heads down to find its lower prices. Or, you know, it just runs. You never know. But TRX is definitely looking interesting. File is another interesting looking one. You've got the weekly bat pattern that's taken over 2.5 years to complete. And here we are, right at the bottom of the range, literally at the basement, right there. We're gonna zoom on that even more just for fun, like that wick right there. And then here we are. Here we are. Imagine the trade setup if this truly is the bottom on the weekly. You can expect a target 2 move out of this one for sure. You already did the target 1. You had a bat pattern over here that went from target 1 and it completed. Now you got your T2 ready to go. $8.50 on file coming at you sometime in the next year, maybe 2. Render. Looks like seems to be playing out from last week. Very nice. Literally caught the bottom on that one. We do have the HSI arrow on the daily though. Like I said yesterday, I did sell all of my positions I opened a few days ago. So that would have been selling the top for render, the local top at least. So it made a 60% move in a week. You know, if you're not taking profits at that point, what more do you want? Move up your stop loss, take your profits, and hope that it ends up hitting targets 1 and 2 where you can really offload. But I'm just not seeing it right now. I could be wrong, but it's just looking weak. Even with the weekly bullish engulfing candle, you managed to test this old PRZ as resistance one more time. HSI and RSI need to get above 50, above the 50s, like right now, in order for these to actually play out. If not, we're going to probably do another choppy bottoming structure. Nothing's ever this quick and easy, right? I still think patience is needed. Still think we need patience, people. The really good, the really amazing trade setups just aren't there yet. Arweave, same sort of thing. waiting. You did get the oversold dot a few days ago though. That's cool. Still waiting. Doesn't look very good though, does it? You kind of bearishly back tested this area. So if you move this to these candle bodies here, you know, you fell below it and then you just created an evening star off of that. That's really not a great sign. Just textbook. You got stopped out of the trade. So this is no longer valid. So yeah, stopped out, bearish back test. Not good signs. Not good signs on our weave. Pyth on the daily. You know, we're getting there. Where was this thing before? Right here. So yeah, that one, we needed a little bit more time. We got our dot, we got our PRZ, but the daily close here in now 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. That's your Pyth daily close. And you closed below 50 for the RSI, which is not what you want. Hopefully we don't end up failing this PRZ. Something tells me that we're not going to get our target 1 at 27 cents yet. More patience needed. We just need some more patience. Here's how BTC is looking on that daily close. We did break out of this supply line and we held it yesterday. We held it. That's a good sign. So that's your bullish argument. Your bearish argument though is your most recent price action is breaking a rising wedge downwards. So tomorrow is going to be a very important day. We're going to see markets open and it's going to be probably some pretty awesome price action tomorrow. Yeah. Join the Discord if you're watching and you haven't already for more value, more charts, more price action, more trading, all of that good stuff. But if there's no more requests, then I'm heading out for tonight. Keep it short, simple, sweet. I guess let's take a look at one more Doge. Yeah, Doge on the 4 hour, just actually a really perfect looking bearish Gartley. Send it back to 14 cents. There it is. Just like that. Yeah. All right. That's Doge on the 4 hour for you. Boom. Bang, bang, boom. All right. Peace out, guys. Have a good week.